70 days later, and this is my Honda E review. In the last video you saw me at Ibrox, across the road from Ibrox, and today I'm actually filming across the road from Celtic Park, so you know, so that I'm not choosing any sides to the two football teams. But yeah, here's my Honda E after 70 days. Beautiful car. The car drives amazing. Yeah, I don't know if you remember on the first video I had a lot to say, but I was, you know, I was still new to the whole thing and was very skeptic. Then I've obviously got to point out that this is a Honda E, not an E Advance. Just take that in mind when you're looking at this video. I didn't take the full-on extras. I mean, that Advanced really has a couple of extras, but it's extras that I don't really need. I'll go through some things that I actually don't like after the 70 days. The door handles are dodgy. The door handles, sometimes they open and sometimes they open weirdly, and you know, it's like really rare. It probably happened like 3 times out of the 3,000 times that I've gotten into the car. The wheels, literally falling in love with the wheels. This is not an Advanced, so that's why it doesn't have those wheels, which I don't really miss. I know for futuristic purposes it looks very futuristic. I like it, but these ones are sporty. I love them. I like the black on the blue. It does it for me. If it was white on blue on black, it would have been just as good. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, charging, don't have issues. Even if I'm charging an hour and 20 minutes, I don't have a problem with charging that long. It's what it is, you know. The mirrors, the camera mirrors, really falling in love with that idea. It's like it's stuck with me now. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to not get used to the fact that I don't have cameras. The fact that the cameras are there is really a help. You know, you don't strain your neck. It's really, you don't understand on the driving aspect. Let's get in and let's talk about some things on the inside. Okay, first of all, wow, we've actually gone over 3,000. We've gone 4,012 miles on this vehicle thus far. Things that will annoy you is like, you know, for instance, this display, it really, you know, it limits you. When you're driving, some of these functions disappear. One of the functions that I feel that shouldn't disappear is obviously, you know, you're connecting a Bluetooth device. That is impossible while you're driving. Messing around with a lot of other settings is not possible while you're driving. Although, if I want to navigate somewhere right now, this car is going to allow me to punch in whatever I want to while I'm driving, commas, etc., and it's not going to stop me from doing that. You know, keep me safe while I'm doing the navigation, but you know, not while I'm, you know, I can't add another device. It's just confusing. I don't know why they did that. Taking the control away from the operator is not cool. I didn't really, I don't see the point of that. Search for another device, you know, I'll have to stop and do that. I can't just range. The range, I'm happy with the range, you know, after 70 days, not traveling far places a lot. I mean, I've been on 2 long distance trips. The space in the vehicle is still not great, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm a man, so I don't really have bags and things, but I do have my equipment, you know, for when it starts to rain or whatever. I've got some rain gear, and that's it really, you know. and that takes up a lot of space, and that's just a backpack, you know. It takes up a lot of space, and at the back there's no real space. I mean, you can't really see right now that the light's not good, but there's not a lot of space in the back, so that's a real downfall as well. I'm not thinking of driving around with my pals in this car, because there's not going to be enough space for them, you know what I mean? It's going to be a cramped up situation, and COVID and all of this stuff, we don't want to be in these kind of situations. If I get into the car from the car being parked for a while, and you know, I want to go somewhere really quickly, it takes a bit of time. The lights and everything will come on like clockwork, right? But as soon as you try and press the drive button, I know it's operating now, but at some point you'll be like, you know, you'll be trying to put it into drive and it doesn't want to go into drive until it's initialized, and then it will go into drive, which is annoying because that time that it takes, you could have been turning around, you could have missed the car that you saw parked at the red lights, for instance. While you don't have your safety belt on, some things doesn't work, and some things work when you don't have your safety belt on, which is also another mind-boggling thing. Like, for instance, I can hit into sport mode, and I just did. I don't have my safety belt on, but you can see, you know, I'm going normal and then I'm going sport mode. So I'm in sport mode now, and I don't have my safety belt on. But one thing that my safety belt doesn't allow me to do, it doesn't allow me to put on the one pedal function. If my safety belt's not on, this is not going to work. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. I mean, it's weird that I can go into the sport mode, but I can't go into one step mode when I don't have my safety belt on. That's just weird. Yeah, a cool feature is that if you're in drive and you're just getting out of the car, it's gonna slip. I've just opened the door basically, so it's gonna go on to park by itself. That is really cool, because I mean, sometimes you can forget and then get your foot off the pedal, and then, you know what I mean, that could happen in some weird situation, I guess. But that is a cool feature, that when you open the door, it goes into park immediately. Some noises, that's what I wanted to talk about. So sometimes you'll come to a stop and forget to do the whole park drive thing. You'll just hit the power button, in which case you haven't lifted the handbrake, you haven't selected the gear. It's now doing all of those things at once, and then it will go bang, not go bang, bang, or something like that. You know, it's like a metal sound of something stopping. So that's obviously I'm guessing the motor and everything going at once, but it's a really horrible sound. I don't recommend that you do that. Make sure that you are in park mode, your handbrake's up before you switch the car off, because when you do switch the car off, while those things are still in operation, it's going to make a weird dang noise or something like that. You know, the sound of a washing machine and a shoe hitting the side of the washing machine, that sound. Also, another sound that I'm getting very annoyed with is at the back. I don't know what it is, but sometimes when I'm going over a speed hump, or I'm going over a hole in the road, a pothole, and I hit it with this side of the suspension, it'll always make a loud, you know, bang noise that it's like really unpleasant for a car like this. You know, the suspension is supposed to be soft, but really, like, it's a petty thing, but really I mean, when I go over the bumps, I don't expect to hear that, but then that's what you hear, and that's not a good thing. It sounds like the axle is loose or something, but obviously the battery's at the back, and that's the main thing, really. It's because of the battery. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just me growing with this Honda E, and I hope you decide to buy one. In the last video, I did tell rich folks to buy one. All rich folks should have a Honda E and do all nice things with it. Spray it the way you want it, upgrade it. This is the future. Let's get hooked on this. I mean, look at how pretty this car is. It's pretty shiny. Anyways, 70 days, whoop whoop. So far so good. The tires are still in a good condition. I mean, they haven't really deteriorated that much, although the front ones have on the sides, especially on the edges. That's because the turning radius is so beautiful. You just, you know, you're the king of every bend really, and it's lovely. It's just so lovely. Anyways, I'm gonna go. It's getting dark, losing light, and subscribe to my channel. You know, actually the real reason why I'm running away here is because when the sun sets in Scotland in the summer, I don't know if you can see them, but there are a million midges all around us right now, and they are trying to bite me, and I have a weird reaction to midge bites, so I gotta get out of here. There's midges all over the place. And check out the rest of my videos in the playlist, and please like and subscribe while you're at it.